My name is Orion Agarwal, and I'm with CryptoHub, which is a cryptocurrency exchange based out of Brazil. And I'm here to talk to you today a little bit about the Latin American, South American market and the use case for cryptocurrency and exchanges down in that market, as well as what we're doing with CryptoHub in Brazil. So, as I said, CryptoHub is a brand new altcoin exchange that's launching in South America, in Brazil in particular, and that's a market with 1% market penetration, so it's relatively new, very early on in the market. I'll give you a brief background about Brazil in general in South America. It's a market with 200 million people. That's more than South Korea and Japan combined. And South America as a whole is 400 million people. So huge market. Brazil is a superpower, as you know, but it's not really heard about much here in the United States. Brazil is also sort of the perfect use case for cryptocurrency. Historically, there have been bad inflation-adjusted returns in the Brazilian Bovespa, and people don't really trust the government down there. They don't trust the Bolivar, they don't trust the Real, they don't trust the Argentinian peso. So it's a real use case. It's cryptocurrency to some extent is more stable than the actual money down there. So it's a completely different situation than we have over here. Also, one thing I should point out is that in Brazil and in places like Colombia, the Dominican Republic, they don't have structured stock markets. So like over here, we have E-Trade and TD Ameritrade. This doesn't exist down there. The best you can do with your money is to put your money into a CD, maybe make 5% a year. But inflation adjusted, it's only around 2%, or maybe even negative. So the real opportunity is to come in and revolutionize the entire stock market, not just create an exchange for altcoins. Recently, there was an article in Forbes magazine that said that more people are opening crypto accounts in Brazil than traditional securities accounts. And it called us the Binance of Brazil. So to be clear, we're not the Binance of Brazil. We'll take it. But what's probably happening in Brazil is more along the lines of what was going on with Coinbase in early 2016. The opportunity is present to create a fiat to crypto on-ramp and to develop those relationships with the banks in the system, to work with the government, and then longer term develop a sophisticated altcoin exchange. In the regulatory perspective down there, what's going on is the Brazilian SEC, which is called the CVM, is one of the most friendly in the world. Now, when I say friendly, I'm saying maybe 30%. So it's about halfway towards what Malta and Bermuda are doing. But it's quite supportive. And in fact, if you take a look at their National Transport Agency, which is sort of like their Greyhound of Brazil, they're now accepting Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. So it's really completely different than what we're thinking over here in the United States. It's a real use case for use on a regular basis in terms of instead of the Brazilian Real. All right. The competitive landscape. Brazil has two major companies, Foxbit and Mercado Bitcoin, that have about 1 million users together. So it's around 1% market penetration. And the problem with that market is that the trading fees are very high, 0.5% trading fees, 1% withdrawal fees, sometimes upwards of 2% to withdraw and 2% to deposit. So you're losing about 5% of your money just to buy Bitcoin in South America right now. And even worse, these brokers only offer 3 trading pairs combined. So that's Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. They offer no major altcoins. So what we're trying to do is come into that market, offer about 20 altcoins to start, about 50 by the end of the summer, and really revolutionize the entire stock market with a utility token, with other utility tokens in Brazil. Obviously, those companies have poor customer support. It's still very early. But as I said, the opportunity is to create an on-ramp, longer term, grab market share, and to create a sophisticated altcoin exchange. Some of the media we've had so far, we're in Forbes magazine, a lot of ICO websites. Got to mention, I keep on forgetting, we're doing an ICO. It's ending tomorrow, so it's probably the last leg of our ICO roadshow. It's through Regulation D 506C, so it's only for accredited and institutional investors, which is important here in Washington, D.C. So we filed with the SEC, which is important. And we're in a few other places as well, a few other media areas. What we're offering on our website is an exchange coin. So if you're familiar with Binance, you're familiar with KuCoin, that's KCS. Binance was the fastest unicorn in history. And the reason it was the fastest unicorn is because it came in, did a lot of referral marketing, and offered a real use case in terms of a utility token. So that means discounts based on referrals, discounts based on use of the coin, and a staking mechanism, for example, with Huobi token or OKEX. Our goal at CryptoHub is to have about 500,000 users in the first 6 months, 1 million users after that, 3 million users after that. It may seem like not many users to you, but over there, that's 20% of the market. So it's very early. Think about, again, late 2015, early 2016 for Coinbase. Some of our competitive strengths and our barriers to entry: we have a fully developed exchange that launches on August 7th. We have high-speed trading with excellent customer service. About 20 altcoins trading to start. Trading withdrawal fees at about half of our competition. And one of the things I should state is obviously it's a brand new market, so the liquidity is provided with the order book integration with Kraken and Bitstamp. It's a little bit tough to create that liquidity when you're creating a brand new exchange, so we've created agreements with big name, brand name brokers to have the liquidity for around the top 10 coins. In terms of the token economics, if you haven't invested, or I shouldn't say invested, it's a utility token, if you haven't contributed towards a utility token before, obviously referral incentivization, and obviously there's a discount. So if you own the CHBR token, you get a 20% discount on trades on the site. Also, we have a staking model. So if you've heard of the delegated proof of stake model or the staking model of Dash, very similar to what's going on with Huobi token. If you own 50,000 tokens, for example, you get a 50% discount on our website. If you own 90,000 tokens, you get a 90% discount. So the token economics are very different than, let's say, discounted cash flow or internal rate of return. It really doesn't use traditional finance mechanisms. It's based on referrals, discounts, and on staking. Here's a little graph that talks about our competition. One thing to point out here, if you take a look at Mercado Bitcoin, they're charging, as I said, 2% to deposit, 2% to withdraw, and 0.7% for a market order. So we can still undercut these prices, compete on strategy, and compete on price, and still take a lot of that market share and still make a lot of money doing it. Our capital raise so far in their current status, we're raising about $10 million at an $18 million valuation. We've raised about $3 million so far. That's a little bit old. Plus the founder's investment, which is about $500,000 or 1 million Brazilian reais. We have a fixed token supply. And a quick point to point out is that the founders of this company are very vested in the company. That means there's a 2-year management lockup and a 1-year lockup for the advisors on the token. We're 100% legally compliant, and we're twice yearly auditing, and we have a smart contract that's audited by Experty, which is one of the leaders in the auditing space. Real quick, I'll tell you about the referral program. Referrals are a little bit new in Brazil. So whereas you're familiar with referrals through Binance, it's brand new down there. So it's going to be huge. Foxbit and Mercado Bitcoin aren't providing referral fees, and our management team has a lot of experience in performance marketing. In fact, our CEO is a multi-million-dollar performance marketing company with an office in Miami. So that's our strength, and we think we can capture a lot of market share with referrals. We also have a prepaid credit card. A good thing to point out about this is that here in the US, or let's say you take a look at a company like 10X, and you may think, well, they failed with the prepaid credit card idea. Over in Brazil, people don't want to keep their money in the Brazilian real. In Argentina, they don't want to keep their money in the peso. So they would rather keep their money in something like Ethereum or Litecoin or Bitcoin. Now, with a credit card, they can do that because the regulations down there are different. You don't need the exact same regulation as you have with Visa or MasterCard. We also have a B2B solution to integrate and liquidate directly to fiat, directly on our website. I'll give it to Glauco for a quick minute, talk a little bit about the team.
Hello, thank you for the opportunity. I'm Glauco Gobato, I'm from Brazil, and I'm going to present you our team. This is our founders. We are operators in Brazil since 20 years, and we have a lot of experience how to manage companies in our country. We have service companies, factories in all the sectors. Brazil, it's a very tough place to have a company. There's a lot of competition there. There are a lot of liability issues to solve. This is our.
Go to the next one.
What?
Go to the next one. We only have one.
Oh yeah. This is our advisors. We have advisors from all over the world. This is our current status. We raised $3 million. We did a great road show in Asia, in several places, and USA with 3 people too. We have already 20 employees in São Paulo. It's very cheap to hire people in Brazil. It's another office rate. This team will grow to 50 people in 2 months, and we will launch in August 7. This is some screenshots of the design of the platform. This is some pictures from other events that we did. This is our offices. This is the conference in Japan, in Amsterdam, and London. And we want to say that we are here to support our continent, our country, and to improve the blockchain, cryptocurrencies, and find solutions to have a better place there. Thank you so much.